It's scorching hot in here. I'm burning up. It's hot enough to burn a polar bear's butt. And I'm thirsty. I want to make some homemade milk tea and learn some facts about states of matter. Let's go! Now before making our milk tea, let's have an overview first. Now do you know that anything that has mass is made up of matter? Yes, an all-encompassing word for atoms and molecules that make our physical world. We describe this matter as existing in states. Most of us are familiar with three states of matter: the solid, liquid, and gas. But there are two more that are less commonly known but just as important: the plasmas and the Bose-Einstein condensates. Now let us discover these three states of matter in our experiment. Now let's proceed on making our homemade milk tea. First, I will pour the hot milk in this empty container. The substance all things are made of exists in three states: liquid, like this mixture of milk in the cup; solids, like these mini cookies and sugar; and gas, like the water vapor coming out my cup of milk. Now, solid is defined as a state of matter with definite shape and volume. The molecules in a solid are closely packed together and contain the least amount of kinetic energy. Example of solid here in my ingredient is the sugar, the mini cookies, and all these containers I have. Then we have liquid. Liquid is a state of matter between solid and gas. The molecules here are farther apart from one another, giving them space to flow, and it can be compressed to an extent like this milk on my cup. A gas is a state of matter that has no fixed shape and no fixed volume. Atoms and molecules in gases are much more spread out than in solids or liquids. Right now, you are breathing in your air, which is a mixture of gases containing elements such as oxygen and nitrogen. Now, I'll be pouring hot water on my cup. So the vapor coming out my cup of milk is a gas matter. See? They're moving freely. Interesting fact. Did you know that all these three states of matter is made up with water? Yes, because water is the only common substance that is naturally found as solid, liquid, or gas. But wait, we're not done yet. We still have two more states of matter to go. I know some of you might not get familiar with plasma, so let's get into it. Plasma is very similar to gas. In fact, the easiest way to describe a plasma is a gas that can carry an electrical charge. Plasma is a form of matter that exists when atoms are in an excited state. Now, the scorching hot sun and the fire is an example of a plasma. And lastly, the Bose-Einstein condensates. Of the five states of matter, the Bose-Einstein condensates is perhaps the most mysterious. Now, these were first predicted theoretically by Satyendra Nath Bose, who's an Indian physicist who discovered subatomic particles in quantum mechanics and sent his ideas to Einstein. Bose-Einstein condensates is a group of atoms cooled to within a hair of absolute zero. When they reach that temperature, the atoms are hardly moving relative to each other and began to clump together and enter the same energy states. The classic example of Bose-Einstein condensates for many years was liquid helium. At the transition of liquid helium from an ordinary liquid to what is called a superfluid, the viscosity vanishes and helium starts to behave like a quantum fluid. Now I'm gonna savor my homemade milk tea and keep myself to myself. I felt relieved. States of matter in a sip from a glass.